Sony, Apple, Bose, JBL, all magnificent earbuds.
But today we're going to look at two ultra budget earbuds, which beg the question, do we really need those expensive brands? Well, we'll answer that. But first, here's a rapid fire review.
Namaste, we're DHRME. Dope Homo sapiens recommending magnificent earbuds.
Right. And the two earbuds we're talking about today are the Moondrop Space Travel at a princely sum of $30 and at 10% more, the KZ Carol.
What?
$33, guys. So we're like splurging today a little bit.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to treat yourself.
Yep, here we go.
We're going to start with the build, and the build of both these products kind of shows their price a little bit. I would say, I think they should maybe above
I think so too.
that $33 price. Yeah. This one, for example, this is a fully covered case. It's got this kind of transparent look, and of course it's scratched up, and it's not going to be the best quality stuff. It does have a cover, so the hinge is, that's where you feel the kind of the quality, the $3 difference. Yes, this one does not have a hinge. The Moondrop Space Travel, there's no hinge on that, and that's kind of disappointing because not only does it not have a hinge, it looks nice, but there's a lot of dust that can get in here. And if you live in a dusty place, not ideal. The KZ is rated at IPX5 on their website. However, when I went on Reddit, there was some confusion about, is it really rated? So I'll just go with what's on the website. Don't dunk them in water if you're getting them. But at least it has an IP rating. That's kind of phenomenal at $33.
Yeah.
I'm sure IP rating, like,
it costs money. Yeah.
It's bizarre how they managed.
Maybe the hinge was $2 and this was $1.
Yeah.
The rating, I don't know.
Yeah.
But impressive.
Impressive, right?
Yeah, not even IPX4, huh?
No.
I mean, let's be honest, the older AirPods Pro 2 were IPX4, huh? So that says a lot. Yeah.
Let's not compare these with the AirPods Pro 2, but they can actually on many fronts actually stand up, which is saying something.
Yeah.
Well, one front they can't stand up is the number of tips. These guys have 3 tips, so you get 2 tips in the box. And on the Moondrop Space Travel, you might think, hey, look, there are 3 tips here and 2 tips here. That's like
4 tips.
Four sizes of tips.
Indian, huh? Math.
Yeah, but the problem here was there's one medium in the box and one medium on the buds. So actually you're getting just 3 sizes, but you're getting 4 sets, out of which 2 are medium, I guess. You're getting also 3 sizes on the KZ.
Yeah, very odd.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's almost to confuse you, like, hey, look, you're getting a lot of tips, but you're not.
Okay. And the way they're designed, if we just talk about the case, since we started with that, interesting. I much prefer the KZ Carol. It's much more practical. Okay. It's just a lid, you open it up, you take out the buds, you put the buds in, you close the lid.
Yeah.
Moondrop Space Travel, you need to be an astronaut to be able to. You'd be highly qualified for this because here we go. You have to slide on the side where the stems then come up.
Oh, wait.
So drop protection, I don't know.
And sometimes
that happens.
You don't slide them in. Whoopsie.
So it's a lot more finger gymnastics, and it's a learning curve to get these buds out and put them back in. I didn't like that. I didn't enjoy that at all.
No.
It's cool. It's a nice party trick. If someone sees you doing this, they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" So it's got that going for it.
Yeah.
Then they're both stem style buds. But what I like about the KZ Carol, I don't know if it's copying a particular brand, but it's got that nothing look.
I don't know.
It
looks nothing like nothing.
So it's, you're getting the nothing experience at a nothing price.
Yeah,
so,
you're also getting a nothing price.
Yeah. So
it's got this transparent kind of design on the buds, and also in the case, you can kind of see components of the case. I like what they said on their website, Kevin. They said we are not hiding anything, everything is transparent and stuff like that. And that's because they've had problems in the past where they've said we have X number of drivers, but some of them were purely for show or whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm here for.
We'll get to that a little bit later in this
we'll talk about
video,
the sound.
But also about general quality, reputation, and all of that. So both stem style, both touch controls.
Yes.
Both don't have volume controls in the touch, but you can do general stuff like track control, change ANC, all of that. And that's about it. They are both, for me, equally comfortable. I don't know if you found a difference.
No, but pretty much equally comfortable.
So oval tips on both, which definitely, help with that comfort. Fit was fine. I'm not... What are you doing?
Sorry.
Yeah, so fit was fine on both.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if I would like properly work out with these.
I would absolutely work out with these. Like, I mean,
Fucking
oh, I lost earbuds. I'll just buy another one.
click, click.
Yeah, no. Like
10 of these.
but really think about things like $250, $300 buds.
Yeah.
You're afraid of like losing them.
And since both are touch controls, were they responsive in any way?
Yeah, both were responsive, but the KZ was much better in terms of how fast it responded.
I felt the same.
Yeah, and Moondrop just takes a little bit of a, like there's a bigger delay, and then that actually causes a bit of a, I'm not sure, a bit of a problem, because it sometimes you feel like you've not hit it.
Yeah.
By the time you're going for a second hit, the first hit is registered. So,
Yeah, and it takes longer to cycle through ANC modes as well.
Okay.
Makes me very impatient. So.
Speaking of, what's with the waifu stuff, man? I mean,
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of comments I see, like, I'm absolutely buying Moondrop because it's got the waifu stuff, and some are like, absolutely hate the. I do not like the ANC sounds. The ANC sounds are like
Sensual.
too sensual, and the transparency and the normalcy. Why don't you just say ANC or do a beep or two beeps or whatever, a ding or a dong?
Again, I think it's for particular group of people, which is fine. It's polarizing for sure. I think the group of people will definitely not like it.
Yeah.
But if not, then go with the case at Carol. That's, what you see is what you get. ANC transparency just says which mode it's in. Okay.
Hey, we're talking about the Carol.
Yeah.
Does the Carol give you a silent night? Drum roll.
Okay. I think we're talking about ANC, are we?
Yes.
Yes, okay, ANC. So the KZ Carol is super interesting.
Yeah.
If the Moondrop with the waifu stuff was polarizing, then the ANC performance is very polarizing on the KZ Carol, because ANC was total trash. It is at the lowest at tier E, but transparency is the highest. It's the best at tier S.
And I actually used it out and about.
Wow.
I was at a store
Yeah.
and stuff. It's perfectly usable. Of course, I'm not sure the quality may be same as the AirPods Pro or whatever, but the level of awareness you have, fantastic.
Very good.
I'm very impressed. And what about the white noise?
There was a bit of white noise.
Yeah.
There was. There's no way to adjust the amount of transparency because there's no app.
No.
And the occlusion, there was a bit of occlusion. So while wearing these earbuds and talking, you had that feeling of hearing your own voice through your skull, but nothing earth-shattering. I mean, it's fine. So that was the KZ Carol. Then if we move to the Moondrop Space Travel, ANC Tier D, also nothing to write home about. Both of these guys are just expensive, fancy, not expensive because they're not so expensive, but they're fancy earplugs. That's all they are. So, just quick little bit reduction, fine, gets the job done. Transparency, not bad. It's not as good as the Carol, but it's tier B.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, it's decent.
We're generally fine with tier B, A, and S for transparency. If you find that important, these are going to tick that box for you.
Yeah,
for sure.
A box they might not tick, unfortunately, is space travel. It takes about like 3-4 minutes to go into space.
Yeah. I see where you're getting at.
So it takes about 3 or 4 hours to go into space. No, that didn't work. The battery life on both of these ain't nothing to, write home about or, launch a rocket to space about. This one is advertised at 4 hours, the Moondrop Space Travel, and we tested that, and surprisingly, we got a little bit more than that. So 4 hours, 10 minutes-ish for ANC. Again, it's not great, right? And that's going to deplete and that's going to degrade and it's going to get only worse over time.
Yeah.
The KZ Carol, on the other hand, was advertised at 6 hours. And I tested it a couple of times and I got both times under 4 hours.
How much under are we talking?
Yeah, so first time I think I got 3 hours 45, 3 hours 50.
But the advertised is 6 hours though.
6 hours.
Wow.
But the advertised is, I'm not sure if it's with ANC on or what. They just say 6 hours.
Yeah.
But like practically you're going to get about 4 hours on both. And on the KZ a bit less than on the Moondrop. So that's something to be aware of.
Okay.
And these were both tested with the ANC on. So I guess just switch off.
Yeah.
But with transparency.
You're not getting much anyway out of that ANC. So I don't know if it's making that much of a difference.
Right.
Maybe it is. But personally, I'm never using earbuds for that many hours.
Right.
They're usually going back in the case and then coming back out. But if you are, good thing to keep in mind.
Right.
Okay. Then we've got calls.
Yeah. We got calls.
We got calls.
You got calls.
Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
And you got called, and we're back here.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick for calls?
I think you have a clear preference.
I have a very clear preference.
Let drop. Let the news travel.
Moondrop space travel for sure for me for calls. You just kind of heard a bit of the wind and a bit of the car noise, but usable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The sample sounded good.
Yeah.
KZ Carroll, on the other hand.
Yeah, it sang a sad song in the wind. It was really, really rubbish with the wind.
Yeah.
With noise, it's a bit more usable, but you have the feeling that you've developed tinnitus with the KZ Carroll because tinnitus, whatever, how you pronounce it, because there's a kind of a metallic ring at the end of every word I said. And first I thought it was the bike I was on because I have like this chain lock and maybe that was hitting against something.
Yeah.
But no, it was like I was standing like in a quiet, like I was standing not on my bike, but outside and just testing with the
You heard
cars.
the same sound. Yeah.
And every time I said a word, it would end with a ring. So something strange happening there. But again, in a pinch, yes, I would use it. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but
to say, hey, I'll call you back.
Because I remember in the past, like cheaper earbuds were absolute, like you would not understand it at all. Complete unverstaanbaar.
Yeah.
This is like way better.
Yeah. Did you understand that?
Yeah. No.
All right. Sound quality.
Sound quality. First of all, volume.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Holy crap.
KZ is on this like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll break all rules wherever, sue me. I don't give a crap. Like, volume is insane. Like, user beware, because this can make you go deaf.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't watch out, because they can get loud.
They get really loud. That's a feature for many of you. For me, it's like, I don't need it to be that loud.
I'm sure the UN's going to step in at some point. The EU, sorry. UN. Not the UN, the EU.
Wow, this is like a serious intervention on KZ. I was like fine with like 50%. Like that was in loud territory for me. Yeah. Whereas the Moondrop is like regular loud. It's not quiet. It's not like, too soft. But Moondrop, I could go at 60, 70% and still probably that would be comparable to the KZ. Yeah. So volume-wise, yes. Both are like decent, but the KZ is extra crazy. On the sound.
One thing I noticed though on the sound, neither of them come with fancy codecs.
No, none of them comes with fancy codecs.
Just AAC, SBC.
That costs $70.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
But
I love both of them.
Okay.
I'm a fan of both the sounds. SBC, AAC. The KZ, what you're getting is a nice punchy sound, like really like the kick drums and stuff. Really
nice.
You really enjoy that, and overall, I like the timbre of stuff and all that. Mm-hmm. It's not too harsh in the treble, and of course, it's AC and it's $30, so like temper expectations. But still, compared to some expensive brands, cheaper products, these are like way better. And the Moondrop Space Travel has this very Moondrop-y sound. It's like. I enjoy how they do the bass, but their bass is not as impactful as the KZ.
Okay.
I enjoy how they do the rest of the frequencies as well. The one thing the Moondrop does give you, and we kind of alluded to a bit earlier, was that it has an app. And that app gives you kind of 3 levels of bass in the tuning, as you can see on screen here. But I still find that the KZ can get punchier even without that. So if you don't like the KZ tuning, you're stuck with it. Whereas with the Moondrop, you can play around a bit with the presets. So overall, I love both of these for sound. I was really, really happy at $30. Oh man.
Yeah.
So impressed. At $50, $60, $70, I think these are still compete sound-wise. For wireless earbuds.
Yeah.
For wired, so impressed.
Okay. And like you said, no app on the KZ Carroll. There is an app on the Moondrop. And in that app, you can't do a whole lot. They're quite limited. You get the EQ, you get touch controls, so you can change what they do. Limited, but yeah, you get the option to customize.
KZ might not have an app, but it has something to one up the Moondrop. 1 + 1 up the Moondrop. 1, 2. Single point, multi-point.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And we briefly tested multi-point,
Yeah.
and
And it worked. Yeah. Pause on one device, play on the other, and it works.
so $33,
Yep.
multi-point, like
IPX5.
good sound, IPX5, excellent transparency.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressed.
No app, but I don't think I miss it, to be honest, at this price. Like, better to have it, like, set it up and go. Like, no. But that does mean, one caveat, you can't update the firmware. So if there's anything on it, they can't release any updates. Whereas on the space travel, it's possible. One of the extra features that the KZ Carol does come with is low latency mode, so game mode, whatever. They call it performance mode. And you can actually enable and disable it with a triple tap.
Okay.
That's how you do that. And what is it, 33 seconds?
55 milliseconds.
55. That's what I said.
$33.
Yes.
All multiples of 11.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Or is it?
And then a couple of other extra features. There's no wear sensor on either of these. No wireless charging. Of course, all of these are extras that they will throw out to get you that price point.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, there are brands that do it at $100 and say, oh, $100, we can't give you an in-ear sensor.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, they're just like making shit up.
Nonsense.
$33, I buy the argument completely. Yeah. So, which one do you prefer?
Ooh. I really was enjoying the KZ Carol until I heard your microphone samples.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm someone, when I have my earbuds in, I'm not only using it for audio, I'm also using it for calls. But having said that, I'm not outside all the time to do calls, so I'll pick it up, be like, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
You don't know how the Carol life is. And then go about my day. But I love the price point. I love how they look. I love the comfort. I like that they're multi-point, because I am rocking definitely more than 2 devices. So at least having dual point is gonna help. And I like the fact that you just, set it and forget it. There's no app nonsense. Just use it.
It's mind-blowing for me at $33, the KZ Carol. The Space Travel is also a very impressive product. I think sound-wise, many might prefer it to the KZ Carol. And you said the microphones are a bit better.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think it's very hard to make a choice here. The $3, is a 10% price difference. If that matters to you, then go for the Space Travel. But yeah. I don't know which one I'd choose, to be very honest. Like I love the sound on the KZ Carol, so I say KZ Carol and multi-point. So I'm saying KZ Carol. So that was the video. But what do we make of these products? They really set us thinking.
It got us thinking for sure, because we've in the past made a video where we said you don't have to spend more than $99 to get a good pair of earbuds. Now, players like KZ and Moondrop are totally challenging that concept now and bring in a new price category of under $34, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Having said that, if I look at these buds, and we'll get to that, but first of all, the sustainability part of things. These come with around 4 hours, 3.5 hours of battery life. It's not terrible. It's not like 2 hours, okay? But like any battery-powered product where you can't replace the battery, it will degrade. And once it starts to degrade and you get like an hour of playtime, people are going to stop using these and they're going to go into the trash, and then you're going to replace them with something else. Yeah. So as opposed to buds, which start off with 8 hours, and it'll take much longer for them to degrade, and you can use them for longer. Yeah. So there is that element a little bit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might be thinking, $30. You got to be lucky. I might just get a dud. What's the quality control? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So the quality control bit is important here because, we have had earbuds, cheaper earbuds that have just died on us in the past.
Yeah.
But, that's a big but, we've had very expensive earbuds, flagships even, which we've called out, that have also died on us and have had battery heating issues and all those kinds of things. So in general, I think it's kind of lazy to say cheaper earbuds, they will die, they're poor quality control. Yes, but there is nuance because that also happens with expensive buds.
Yes. few things to think about. Then there's also the other.
Wireless earbuds. They're wireless.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm wearing this like somewhere, I'm running. Just imagine there's an ocean next to me and there's a crocodile who tries to. Oh, it got my bud. Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. I'll buy another one.
Realistic scenario.
Yeah, because absolutely. I mean, we all lose wireless earbuds. Whoa! Okay, we all lose wireless earbuds. I think it's happened to the best of us. So, do you want to really again spend $150, $200 on something that you might just lose completely, or get something cheap that you can, use pretty well?
Yeah.
But if you lose it, you're not gonna, be heartbroken about it. And is 33 then the new 99?
Well, let me put it this way. There have been a lot of corners cut to get to this price.
Yeah, this is round, for example. It was square when it started.
That's true. That's true. Things like, wireless charging. One of them doesn't have an app. That one doesn't have an app. No wear sensor, not more than 3 or 4 tips, and all of that combined.
But again, I think that is all icing on the cake, man.
It is.
Like okay, maybe mic quality and stuff like that, and real ANC, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys, they do sound well. They do transparency well. They do.
Yeah.
One of them does calls okay. So.
Yeah. Exactly. So calls, battery, ANC, they're still a bit meh. But the others they've got the essence, right?
They've got the essence. I like that.
Yeah. And so it won't take them long to get to I don't know if they'll still charge $33 once they get all of those things. It's not like they can't get it, I think, to be honest. I think it's just they're playing to different segments. So for a particular type of customer, the 33 might be the new 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like also if this is your second set of buds, for example, you have a ultra premium one with all the bells and whistles that you like.
Yeah.
But you want one to throw into your gym bag, or you want
Beater
one
buds.
to just
Yeah.
walk around with, or just do calls at home with, or whatever it is. These are perfectly fine.
Or you're gifting someone something.
Yeah. Perfect stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
You're kind of late, huh?
Yeah.
It's not Christmas exactly.
Let's release this in 10 months.
By that time, KZ will have 4 new buds.
Yes.
Moondrop will have 5 new models out.
Yeah.
No, that's also another issue with these brands.
Yeah.
Once they release their buds, they kind of overlook them. And there's always a new one on the horizon. So that's something to keep in mind.
Cool. So $33, 55 seconds latency, milliseconds latency, and $99 has been challenged. You've been looking at multiples of 11.
But before that,
We got to thank our patrons and YouTube members, of course, for financially supporting this channel.
yeah,
And you guys are doing that on 4 different levels.
yes. KZ did send out this product to us.
This
but
is a terrible closing.
No, KZ did send out this product to us. Moondrop had also sent out a product to us, but then we bought this one with our own money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what really keeps the channel going and all the costs involved in running it is you guys, all you lovely people, first of all, watching the whole way through, even with all this poorly scripted conversation. All of you liking, subscribing, all of that, but also majorly you guys financially supporting us at 4 different tiers.
Yes, back to my tiers. So we had Popsicle, Icicle, and these lovely tested folks. Thank you guys very, very much. And of course, a special thanks to our highest tier, which is the Fuckman tier. And over there, we got Gamma, Panda, Paula, and Rachel. Thank you very much.
Something on multiples of 11?
And we've been DHRME.
Do we?
Dui.